We have to take a 30-second break here if you want to hold the show. My wife just texted me. I'm locked out. Be right back. I'm coming. And we're back.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds versus Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upset alert. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is gone. If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach. That is
the team you promised me you were going to be this year.
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.
Welcome to episode 72 of Birds vs. Boys. We are another week closer to actual, real NFL football, and we're actually very close to actual college football, which will be starting this weekend. We're one more Hard Knocks episode in, which we will review here. We are producerless here tonight, so Aidan and I are just on an island all by ourselves. We're figuring out technology. We're doing it all. We don't need them, do we?
We're not technology guys, but I think we can find our way.
I think we already have in the background already, which is something we're going to use later on in the show that we figured out together.
We are, I would say, like a step below Bill Gates after what we just accomplished.
So we're going to the moon soon, is what you're saying. We're going to build a spaceship.
That was. Is Bill Gates doing that too, or all the billionaires just like, all right, let's just go to space?
That would be pretty funny if he did. I think he's just trying to like cure COVID, and then people are making fun of him for it. But you know, everybody does their own thing.
Cure COVID in quotations, aka give us a microchip.
But it's KMS and Aidan. We're here, the microchip boys, the next Bill Gates. We're here to talk Cowboys. We're here to talk Eagles. We're here to talk NFL overall. But I mean, how are you doing, my friend? That's more important of how our football teams are doing.
I'm great. I listened to Take a Walk by Passion Pit on the way home before we started.
Okay.
I am in a great mood now. That song's fire. That is my only take tonight. I have no football takes. That song is fire. Top 25, just like most, I'm happy now songs.
Is it a new song or am I just old that I don't know it?
I think it's an old song that my brain can only comprehend things that came out in middle school and the lyrics of songs that came out in middle school, and they are attached to them and nothing else. And I don't know when this thing came out, but I've definitely heard it before. And then a memory, someone posted a TikTok of it, and it was a fire TikTok, mostly because of the song. And then I was like, wow, this song is awesome. So I listened to it like 3 times on the way home today. And I was like, this is the best. I'm in a good mood now.
I love when old songs get in your head and then you start going down the rabbit hole. Like a couple weeks ago, my wife and I were driving home and I like put on like Good Charlotte radio. And then like Simple Plan was on, and then the Used, and I was like, "Yep, this was high school. This is high school."
Oh my god, that's high school for you. Oh my god,
my first ever concert was Good Charlotte.
Was it really?
Uh-huh.
Mine was Bruce Springsteen in 4th grade.
Look at you.
Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't my doing. Like I didn't get to buy the tickets. Was that the first one you like actually bought the tickets and you were like,
yes. Yeah, me and my girlfriend and my first ever. Yeah, how about that? First ever CD was Green Day, Dookie.
I had which CD did I have? This girl on the bus burnt the CD for me. That is so clutch. Shout out to that girl on the bus because I was like, I want to listen to this so bad, and she actually burnt it for me. So I spent $0 on it and got the CD. I think it was American Idiot.
See that wasn't even a thing when I had my first CD. Burning CDs did not exist yet.
How clutch was that?
But the worst thing ever, though, was when you had Napster or Limewire and you waited 48 hours to download one song to burn onto a CD, and then you get it, and it was like a thumbnail picture. I'm like, what is this? This is not the song.
Or you just just set the family computer in flames. Just you could get like 3 songs downloaded from LimeWire.
My dad's like, "What did you do to the computer?
I can't believe I won a PlayStation. 6 of them."
Oh, it's so good. That's equivalent to now like old people on Facebook that they see like something out there that spam their Facebook and it was like, "Right, I love Lowe's and quote this to win $5,000 in Lowe's gift cards." And then I just see like my dad doing it and then my uncle. I'm like, are we? Do you really think this is real, guys?
Do you remember that one summer when every single white girl posted that Instagram story of that red bathing suit trying to win that red bathing suit?
Yes.
And it was just a giant scam. I don't think there was a single Caucasian female who did not post that.
No, or the ones like set like who wants to win this trip to Bora Bora, all expenses paid, and then like all these girls I know like pick me, I want to go.
Yeah.
How about me?
Just comment.
It's unbelievable. How did we get from Napster to that? But hey,
we actually got from Take a Walk by Passion Pit to that.
This is the Birds versus Boys difference. And if you are just listening to us or watching us on YouTube, hello. We got the Stateside Vodka shirts, backwards hat. This is our we didn't send a memo to each other. This is just, we have the same brain after doing a podcast for over a year together. But if this is your first time listening, welcome. This is the BVB difference. We will get to sports. We will get to football, but it's always the first couple minutes is like when you meet your friend at the bar and you haven't seen him in like a week, and over the first couple sips of beer, you just bullshit a little bit.
Me and my friends. So a lot of my friends moved because they work from home, so they went to different places during the summer. The last week was the week we were all together, and it was just one giant, just cut up roast session.
Yes,
about
that's it.
An hour before we even got into thinking about what bar we were going to.
And how perfect
and
was
like
that?
Everybody else at the pregame, the girls were like, "Oh, we should go to this bar. We should go to this bar." And then like we were in the corner just like roasting each other for an hour.
And then the girl's like, "Are we going?" And you're like, "Yeah, where are we going
like,
to?
Are we gonna call an Uber?" I'm like, "I don't know." that my concerns.
Oh God, it's so wonderful. All right, let's get into something that may not be as wonderful as you and I had both hoped, and it's Hard Knocks. I love Hard Knocks. You love Hard Knocks. We're 3 episodes in. I mean, we kind of said this last week. I think you related this to doing legs last week. Was that this? When you're like, I forget if that was your analogy for this or something completely different, because all the episodes kind of flow in my mind, but you're like, we're going to get there. Are we?
No. I think we've met the character. If there was a compelling character, we'd know them by now. Like the stereotypical Hard Knocks stuff really isn't in these episodes, where it's like the funny, like quirky. Remember the guy from the Browns who had the crystals?
Yes.
And one of the best Hard Knocks was the Texans one because of the DeAndre Hopkins fight, which is like NFL lure.
Yep.
When they fought and then he broke his ankle, like literally, actually, I think broke his ankle.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Hall.
Yep.
And then there's like always that quirky guy. Like they're 3 episodes in. There's no quirky guy. Like
they're trying it with Zeke and with Micah. Micah's just like innocently funny, and Zeke has his like laugh and he eats gummy bears and shit.
And I don't find him funny at all. I could not see Zeke again in this show and be fine. Like I think every other character brings something to it, and nothing he does is funny to me.
I will give them one kind of props this episode. The drone shot in the beginning was amazing.
Okay. That was one of the first things I had written down, is just the entirety. The drone shot, and then 2, that facility. That facility is nicer than MetLife Stadium.
Yes. Oh, MetLife Stadium is a dump.
Yes, it's an aluminum can.
Literally. I went to the Super Bowl there, and it was a dump.
I've heard nobody I've talked to who's gone there they're like, it's big. It's bigger than most stadiums. There's no lure.
There's no feel.
There's no feel. Like you just walk in and there's just a giant tin can. That's pretty much what it is.
This past weekend, I went to Fenway Park. Old
has
school.
lore.
It
You walk
was, yeah, immediately. Like I'd been there as a kid. This is my first time as an adult. Sat on the monster seats. Amazing place to watch a baseball game. But you just like have that lore. You're right. And it's just like, but you walk into MetLife Stadium, it's just concrete and steel.
Steel. Yep. In the middle of like a
cold
construction area, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only thing I've heard is worse, and this is ironic because it's the same division, is Washington.
Yeah, I've heard terrible things.
I've heard the worst things possible about Washington.
Yep. Awful.
Like the worst in the league. But
so yeah, the Ford
Cowboys
Center
practice facility,
the
fantastic.
Star, 91 acres is that campus.
It's incredible,
and they're still building. Like they have all the restaurants and the Omni Hotel, and they're building these luxury condos. However, the luxury condos that are going up and the hotel overlook the practice field. If I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm renting a room or buying an apartment.
Yes.
Overlooking the practice facility. What are we doing?
That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. Yes, we should absolutely do that.
I should Howie Roseman. That we should send a tweet of like the picture of the facility and the Howie Roseman with the binoculars.
Binoculars, yes. Oh my God, yeah. That's actually perfect. And it's funny because he just got voted least trustworthy GM in the league. So congrats to Howie Roseman.
Oh,
on being again a rat. Yeah, that facility is fantastic. So that's like the new trend. They I actually worked in one of these, and I still go there like every day because my gym is in it. They build these villages.
Yep.
And the concept is like, okay, it's gonna be high-end luxury condos. You live there. There's gonna be a good grocery store, gyms, restaurants, shopping. It's gonna be all in this convenient location that's walkable. So imagine that. But then also the Dallas Cowboys just roll up and practice there.
Dude, there's one of those really cool ones in like the King of Prussia area, not far from where you work.
Yeah.
And it's over by CHOP, like the new children's hospital that they're building.
That's the one I go to, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
it's awesome.
That whole place is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. So imagine that, because that's fairly large. They keep building that one out.
Yep.
Imagine that whole complex. And then add a giant practice facility for an NFL football team.
It's an indoor, basically, stadium where high school teams play. So that drone shot, I found out they had 3 hours to do it because there was a boxing match inside the Star field that night. So they needed to get it done. And apparently they nailed it on the 15th take.
Oof. Oh, boy. Could you imagine?
No.
That carried the episode. It was like, all right, we blew our whole budget on this.
Literally. When they fly it through the F-150.
Yes.
And shout out to our guy who's been on the show, RJ Choppy. When they're flying through there, it's his voice from 105.3 The Fan, a discussion they were having. He was on for like 0.5 seconds in the episode, and he's already added Star of Hard Knocks to his Twitter bio.
I would absolutely do the same thing. If they showed me in the crowd, I would be Star of Hard Knocks. Good for him. But so my friend has a drone, and we were taking and flying it. First of all, those things are easier to lose than you would think. Like they go up, and sometimes they do not come back. So I can imagine. You can send them so far up.
Oh yeah.
We were like around a body of water. I was like, I'm getting nervous. I can't even see this thing anymore. But you can like watch it, so like you can see it. But it is really hard to like direct, and you got to be an expert pro person to do it. Flying it through like doors, flying it through a truck, like that is, you got to appreciate like 2021 and the technology stuff that we can do.
Through all those people doing yoga, like you could have just clipped some lady's ear as she's doing yoga, the downward dog position. Can you imagine?
Imagine you're a downward dog and a drone just rails you from behind.
I need to find out in the 14 takes before the perfect one, did they hit somebody?
They should. That should have been the final scene of the episode. Although we'll get to the final scene of the episode because a star is born.
Yes,
that I'm very proud of. But that should have been that should have been the outtakes of the drone shots, like them flying a drone directly into the Ford F-150. And they're like, "All right, flip it the other way so they don't see the giant dent."
those are the things that would make the episode better. But so I am, besides the drone shot, I am sort of disappointed. I said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. Where are the rookies that they drafted for Hard Knocks? I said it on this show right after they drafted that Jerry Jones drafted knowing he was going to be on Hard Knocks because he drafted all these guys with great storylines. Micah Parsons, obviously he's been a big part of this because he is a bubbly figure. He's the number 1 overall pick. And let's say he's a fucking stud on the field too. Highest graded linebacker, rookie linebacker in preseason since like forever. I digress. Where's Boss Man Fat? You have an actual rapper on the team.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that he did not come up with the rap.
Like,
I thought that would come up.
This dude got kicked out of LSU. No one gets kicked out of LSU. And then he was basically politely asked like not to play in a bowl game for Kentucky. He raps and there's nothing. I saw him walking through at one point and he was wearing 24. I was like, Chidobe Awuzie doesn't play here anymore. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's Calvin Joseph. Why isn't he being interviewed? Where is Nashawn Wright? He was on fucking Last Chance U. They took him in the 3rd round when he could have been a 7th rounder. Where is he?
I agree. I think I think they're going back, and obviously, like, you got to cover the stars. Like, Dak's going to be in every episode because he's the face of the franchise,
of course.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, I've seen Zeke. I keep seeing CD. I mean, I've seen Micah 100 times, and I'm totally fine seeing him 100 more. But it's like you see the same. We're seeing the same 3 faces. It's Dak, Micah, and Zeke, which leads me to believe like there's just not enough, and like a little bit of CD Lamb. Like there's just not enough characters on the team. Like there's not enough personality, and that's kind of been like Amari Cooper's thing his whole career is he's a fantastic route runner, and you can't get an ounce of energy out of him, and it kind of rubs people the wrong way.
Yep.
I'm sure now HBO it rubs them the wrong way because they're like,
sure,
we have the star receiver and he can't give us anything.
Yeah, I mean they did try and play him up a little bit, and I did get like just watching him run those routes and sped up and everything. I'm like, God, it just brought me right back to the route runner that he is and the weapon that he can be. It's just, and I did love
second best route runner in the league in the division,
next to CeeDee Lamb,
next to Devonta Smith.
Seeing him coaching up CD was phenomenal, but again, Hard Knocks. Like, are the guys not mic'd up? Like, it was so hard to hear what they were saying. And they're like doing shots through like 3 coaches. They were standing there. I'm like, maybe they're down employees because of COVID. And
I was about to say, well, maybe it's a COVID thing that they can't get as close as before.
True.
You think that's a thing where like you used to have like serious access?
Yeah.
But now
like they were in the helmet.
They're in the helmet. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. And now it kind of seems you have to be farther away.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really don't know. But that's my guess.
I just wish, and I hope it could still happen that, we see Osa Odigizua. Like, I want to hear his like say, right? Like, let's get into it here. Can we be done with the Ben DiNucci story too? Like,
I know. Oh my God. The backup quarterback and those guys. Oh man, no personality. Like quarterback room does not have much personality. It is rough. It is rough. And Kellen Moore has nothing either. It is bad. It is rough to watch them.
The best coach personality wise is the British guy, the defensive line coach.
Oh, I love hearing him talk.
Oh, he's great. He's great. But what was like, how about Micah when they were in the meeting and the coach was like, you're not trying to get in the what did he say? The Herald?
It was like, yeah, I forget I couldn't hear what he said.
The Harrisburg Herald.
Harrisburg Herald, I thought I thought he said being a Harrisburg hero, or I guess he said Harrisburg Herald or something like that, which is hilarious. I was like, I will take the shout out.
As soon as I was watching, I was like, Aidan.
Yep. Immediately, I was like, I'm putting that one down. We got the shout out.
And like I know they're trying here too, like with the I want the cake, I want to eat the cake guy, like the Mexican player, which is an awesome storyline. And I didn't even really know about this international pathway situation where these players are like the one guy from Arizona too, that they help them get to the league. I feel like they don't really publicize this program.
Yeah, okay, I wrote that down. I did not know that the NFL had an international program, which they probably should, because I think you would get more people. Like, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg with those guys. Like, I think that program grows. The NBA, and obviously basketball is different because it's a global game, but they invest so much, and like they have NBA Africa now. Team Australia is literally just NBA players at this point.
Yep.
Like it's pretty intense how much the NBA invests. Like, look at the faces of the league. It's like Luka, Giannis, like people, Joel, all these people from other countries. The NFL doesn't really do that. And I know it's different with football, but I think they're at the point where they're going to start investing more and more internationally. And we're getting more kids from Canada in college football. If you haven't noticed, there's a bunch of like Canadian college football players now. So I think that is like the tip of the iceberg. But that was the first I had heard about an international program for NFL players.
I thought it died with NFL Europe. Like I didn't.
Yeah. Bring it back.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I loved NFL Europe. Not loved it.
I was too young for it.
Okay. I watched it. I was never into it as much as, regular Sunday NFL football. It was like XFL when it came out, NFL Europe, and then, NFL was up here. But it was, it was fun to watch. Like the Frankfurt team and all them. But so it's a good story. He was on the practice squad last year. It would be cool if he made the team this year. I don't really think he's going to. Maybe he's going to be practice squad again. But, his mom just yelling and yelling. Like, I'm sorry. His mom seems like a nice person. Never be at another Cowboys game again because it's just bad juju. Because she's like, you will win. You will win. You will win. You will win in Spanish. And then she was like, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. After every fucking Ben DiNucci interception. Like, the juju just wasn't there. I'm sorry.
She was welcome to the Cowboys in the only way she possibly could.
And how about Ben DiNucci being like, they asked him after the game, like, how you feeling? He's like, I'm fine. Besides throwing 3 picks. No, you're not fine.
What are they gonna do? This is more than a Hard Knocks thing. What are they gonna do with backup quarterback? These guys stink. They are awful.
So now they're gonna start Cooper Rush because he had one like good quarter. It was Garrett Gilbert's job to lose all offseason. Basically because basically because he played one okay game that he lost against the Steelers last year. Everyone was like, he's the next coming of God. I will tell you guess what's been trending in Cowboys Nation for a trade that fans want them to pull off for a backup quarterback.
Earl Thomas. Oh, wait. Oh, I got one. I don't know if this is right, but it's looking like Jameis is going to become QB1. Taysom Hill. And use him as a gadget guy, but then if that gets hurt, you use him as your quarterback.
I mean, no? I kind of would love that because I think within the next 2 years, Sean Payton's going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You hear first.
You wish.
But you watch. No, not him. Somebody in the South, though.
Somebody in the South.
Different conference.
Is Denver the South? I know they did this on Pardon My Take. Is Colorado part of the South? Part of the South. Who is in the South? Who plays? I can't be Tyrod Taylor because of the Deshaun Watson situation. You got to give it to me. I'm honestly not sure. It's got to be. Who's the backup quarterback for Tampa Bay? I don't even freaking know.
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That is a good one.
I mean, if I'm Urban, I don't, you need a veteran presence behind Trevor Lawrence, I feel like.
Or just like a legitimate backup because, he's your most protected asset.
Yeah.
You're going to be extra careful with him. If your shoulder's a little bit sore and you're the freaking Jags.
Or if you're losing 37-3 in the third quarter. So
I was listening to a podcast today, and they're like talking about Trevor Lawrence's value, and he's such a classic. Like they're going to be behind by 30, so he's going to be a good fantasy quarterback because they're going to have to make him drop back 60 times.
oh God, please don't do that to him.
I know.
I don't
Poor
want them to turn Trevor Lawrence into Derek Carr or David
RG3.
Carr. Yeah. No, please. All right, back to Hard Knocks. The funniest part of the episode, though, I don't know if you'll agree with this, was Jerry Jones leaving Stephen Jones in the helicopter to go to the game. And then they're like halfway there, and they're like, sir, we forgot Stephen. And he's like, can we go back and get him? He's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's go get him. It's like, what the fuck? Like, does Jerry just get in the helicopter and be like, let's go?
Probably.
Like, did you forget your son?
If you're a billionaire, if you were a billionaire, you have everything else is on your time. Everybody is on your time.
Like,
So
how
if
do you
you're
miss
not
the
ready in the
helicopter,
helicopter, like I guarantee he gets in everywhere he goes. Like I mean, he has his own elevator.
Yep.
Like he has his own helicopter. He's on his own time. So if you're not worth it, you're getting left behind.
And then he's like, nothing like starting off the day with a fuck up. He's like, I was like, okay, Jerry. So I was listening to radio this morning, and they were talking about that part of the episode. And there's stories that Jerry Jones's kids, apparently they have these like unbelievable pizza ovens at the Star in Frisco, or the practice facility, that the grandkids have taken the helicopter from their house, made their pizza dough, flown in the helicopter to the Star, cooked the pizzas in the oven, and then flown the helicopter back home to eat the pizza.
That is the most billionaire thing I have ever heard.
Like,
I love rich people. You know, like the way they live life is hilarious to me. Like Travis Scott and Kylie getting Stormy a school bus just so she could play pretend poor.
Like, you could do whatever you want. You could be as poor as you want, or as you know what I mean. You can play as poor as you want.
Those kids probably go out. They equally probably go out and get Pizza Hut, and then also fly in a helicopter just to cook their own pizza dough.
Mm-hmm. That they probably ate a slice of.
Isn't there a kid? Isn't Jerry Jones' grandson? Is he in high school yet? I keep getting him confused with Cooper Rush. Isn't he really good at football?
Yeah, he plays at Arkansas, I believe.
Oh, he does.
Stephen Jones' son. Yeah, he won like
Jerry Jones' grandson, though, right?
Yeah, that would be Stephen Jones' son. He won like
football.
Yeah, he won 3 or 4 state championships as a quarterback. Texas in their high school. Yeah.
He definitely was the stereotypical like high school jock guy.
Oh God. Can you imagine playing with him on like a team and he's your quarterback?
Dude. And the helicopter, like everyone just rolls up, and you know how everyone has like your starter car in high school. Maybe they went to a school though that everyone's rich, probably. But everyone rolls up in their starter car to the game, and then just Jerry Jones' helicopter comes flying in.
Here you go. I get it. Let me pull this up here for the people on YouTube.
Do you have video of him?
I have a picture of him.
While you find it, I was watching this. This reminded me when I was talking about high school jock. Oh, you got it. Oh, that's not what I expected. He's got a less dumb face than I expected.
John Stephen
Jones.
Yep.
Oh, I don't like the name. Now it puts me right back down.
There he is. How about that? Is this him as a kid?
That picture of them. Hold on, pull up that picture. It's him holding the trophy.
Yep.
All right. This is a Netflix preview of a family with the popular jock. He ran somebody over with his car after a party after homecoming.
Don't do that.
And now it's like a big town mystery about what happened. And
don't do that.
The family with money is trying to cover it up. That's
don't
what
do that.
Looks like.
Oh God. Jared's just so happy. You're such an asshole. Next on the Untold.
Yes, yeah.
We have to take a 30-second break here. If you want to hold the show. My wife just texted me. I'm locked out. Be right back. I'm coming. And we're back. No harm, no foul.
Sorry, Vince.
No, just keep it in. We're good. All right, where were we? Besides John Steven apparently running somebody over with his car.
Can we talk about the star of the show?
I mean, I
You
think
know.
we have to. Oh, I know who it is.
Oh yeah.
Aidan.
Aidan Diggs, baby. Star of the show. That kid is so cute. What a
Dude.
wild way to spell Aidan.
Right, yeah,
Never
okay.
heard that one before.
How is it spelled? I saw it really quick and I was like, what the? Did you
He spells it. Let me see. I wrote it down because I was in awe. AAIDEN.
Now, do you think that was just like when Anthony Hardaway's mom spelled it wrong on the birth certificate and they just kept it that way?
No, I think this was definitely on purpose.
Say it again. AA.
AAIDEN.
AA Ron.
Aaron. Aidan.
Hey, Aidan.
Aidan. That actually doesn't sound awful.
No, it actually doesn't. What is it? Is your spelling the most common or EN the more common?
Mine is the right way. Let's
Okay.
put that out there.
Yes.
Mine is the correct way. I think EN is more common, but mine, if you did like an age range of people named Aidan, I would be an outlier in terms of people named Aidan. So I was like one of the first ones, and mine is AN. Now I think AN or EN is definitely the way to do it. Now there's all types of crazy different ways. I went to school. Yes, Aidan. I went to school with a kid. It was ADIN. A woman called in. I spoke to one of my customers. Her son's name or nephew's name was Aidan, AYDEN. So now it just like coronavirus, there's a bunch of variants of this name.
There's Aidan variants.
There's Aidan variants. I have dispersed into the universe, and there is no coming back, and there is no controlling what has happened.
He was so cute. He was like, "Do your best, try hard, Daddy." There's Dad.
I loved
he was
it when
screaming.
When he turned to that random white guy, he's like, "My dad's Trayvon Diggs."
The kid's
just
like,
unprovoked.
oh, yeah.
Just the random guy, and he just goes, "My dad's Trayvon Diggs."
I love too that he was yelling. He wasn't yelling "Dad." He was like, "Trayvon, Trayvon Diggs." I was dying.
Like he was a fan who wanted an autograph.
Literally, Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
So what does he say at the end? He goes, "What's your name?" And he said, "Aidan." And then what does he say? I'm brilliant, or
I thought he said I'm intelligent. You sent me the video. I've listened to it 6 times. I can't figure it out.
Intelligent and something else. Here, let's.
I thought it was. I couldn't tell.
I'm intelligent and I'm brilliant.
And I'm a billionaire, or I'm brilliant.
What's your name? Aidan what? I'm intelligent and I'm brilliant. There you go.
That's
And
what
I'm
we
brilliant?
need subtitles for. I have subtitles on Netflix. I guess I got to put them on HBO Max.
Like,
I forgot to add it to that streaming service.
I'm intelligent and I'm a billionaire. That's what I'm going to go with. But I don't
Okay.
think he's there yet.
That's how I plan to introduce myself to every young lady I meet in Philadelphia.
I'm intelligent and I'm a billionaire.
Close enough.
Oh, God. All right. That's pretty much all I've got on Hard Knocks because, like we said, how many episodes are there total? There's 2 more?
I think 6.
So 3 more.
Wait, no. What week are we in? So there'll be one next week and then one Labor Day week and then the season starts.
So 2 more. So 5.
2 more. Yep. Yeah, 5. I think there's usually 6, but it's
Yeah.
kind
They're
of
probably
this year.
Like we're good.
Yeah, just cap it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
we're
cap
good.
it.
Can you imagine they're just like, we're good with 3.
Yeah, cut it.
We're good.
I'm sure they're doing great ratings though.
Yeah. I mean, especially after COVID, and it's just the Cowboys.
You're giving me a timeout.
No, yeah, because I just like they showed all the fans. The dude with the lights around your head.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my God.
What are we? And he's like always at the games. He's got like a name. He's like the license plate guy. He's like the big whistle guy from New Orleans. Like, can we like you're a grown adult. What are we doing?
You cannot wear makeup and dress up and wear costumes as a grown man. You have to go into a job on Monday morning and show your face.
You have these blue lights, and you're just. Can you imagine sitting behind him at the game? He's got this big helmet, and it's just these blue lights.
Yeah. What happened on that play? I couldn't see how far our rush was by Zeke Elliott because a grown man wearing a giant whistle helmet is in front of me.
Can you imagine they're like the medical staff comes up to Jerry Jones like week 7 of the season. It's like, Jerry, so we've had 4 home games. And in section 125, we've had 4 people have seizures. We don't know why. And then they're like watching the tape. They're like, it's the fucking blue light helmet guy.
It's the light guy. It's even worse when your team loses. The guys who dress up as lions in Detroit, no, you gotta stop. The Cowboys guy, like, bud, no, you can't keep doing this. The guy
walking out of the stadium after a loss with that fucking thing on your head.
Imagine the whistle guy from the New Orleans Saints walking out after that NFC championship where they got cheated. Like, that had to be the most pathetic walk of shame of all time.
Just like, stop being a loser. Just be a fan.
Yeah. Just berate your television like the rest of us.
Yeah. Stand 3 inches away. It's
That's
okay.
what I do. Works every time.
God.
Are we allowed to tell the people yet about the fact that I won't be standing too close to the television for something? Or no? Should I? I'll save it for next time.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait. It's a big tease
now. Yeah, that's huge though.
Something very big coming up. We still are suspended, by the way. Brandon _sports.
That is the funniest part. Is that we have multiple things,
huge events.
Branded. Yeah, not like us watching March Madness although that was pretty big because we had sponsors and stuff. Even bigger than that. And we have no access to the Twitter account. Every time I post from Philly Fan Life, I am crediting everyone like it's a freaking bibliography on my 8th grade book report.
Yep.
I'm not getting my account taken away.
So and it is unbelievable how many accounts are going down right now. They must be doing like I don't know, surge.
They're purging all the wrong things.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. I literally looked up. They came up on my feed for some reason. Afghanistan executions. They have just literally people getting executed in Afghanistan. A lot. Like you can watch.
The same day that Brandon got suspended, I watched a video of people dead in Afghanistan because they got trampled in that airport when everyone was trying to flee the country. Like that flew. That was okay.
Yeah.
And then you can find some pretty ridiculous stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when Twitter was really the Wild West, this guy taught people how to cook crack, like on Twitter.
And it was fun.
And that flew. I think that tweet is still up. Like him showing people how to cook crack.
But an intern puts up a TikTok that has 4 seconds of a song that someone owns, and we're done.
Then you're done for. It's only copyright. That's the only thing they care about. Killings, fine. Drug use, okay. COVID misinformation and conspiracy theories, let it fly. Porn, feel free. Watch at your leisure. Copyright infringement for 4 seconds. You might as well be in Guantanamo Bay.
Go to hell.
Go to hell.
Yep, you're done. You've been executed.
Unreal.
It's
Twitter
just
makes no sense.
So I've been talking with the Birdsworth Boys lawyer. We're going back and forth with Universal. I sent this long apology, blah, blah, blah. And then I got this very generic, basically them saying Twitter blows and every other platform will pay for copyright except for them. So blame them. And I'm like, yep. But so we're still working on it. So hopefully we get it back. If not, we will start a new Twitter, which we're going to reach out to all of our good friends with lots of followings to help us grow our brand back. But we're still here. You can still find us. So I just have a few Cowboys points that I want to hit real quick, and then we can get in to the Eagles. So Rico Dowdle, I don't know if you saw this. He was going to be Cowboys RB3. He's having a really good camp. He had a lot of good plays in the preseason. He just went down and he's done for the year. So it's obviously Zeke RB1, Tony Pollard RB1A. So that's what I was going to ask you. Do they like? I don't know if you'd see.
Pull it up some. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say, do they just run with two running backs and have Micah be the emergency three? Or do they like give this kid Jaquan Hardy, who was all over Hard Knocks with the glasses and the, one contact in, one contact out thing, a shot? I don't know.
There are times, if there's one thing I appreciate in life that I probably don't appreciate enough, it's my vision.
Oh, me too.
I don't have to wear contacts,
Me either.
or glasses, or anything. And when I see stuff like that, like someone losing their contact and not being able to do their daily job functions because of it, like then it really puts into perspective how lucky I am to have the vision that I do. And watching that scene, I was like, yeah, I'm so thankful.
How about that kid though, being like, can't see, staying in?
Yeah, that sucks though, because it's a double-edged sword. Because you're like, one, I come out of the game and give reps to someone else when I'm in a competition.
Yeah.
While I get this contact fixed, they could come in and ball out. Or two, I stay in the game. I can't freaking see out of my eye, and I could screw up.
Yep.
Because I can't see.
I'm gonna fumble the ball.
Like I don't know if there's a right answer. I know the coaches are going, "We'll just come out of the game." Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
You're not getting cut like I am.
Your life's not on the line, literally.
Yes. Like it's either I get paid for the next 17 weeks, or I don't, based on these games. I'm not coming out.
So I'm interested to see what they do there. If they go just with two, maybe try and practice squad one of those guys or what. So that's something we're gonna have to follow. And then I don't know if you saw this, but Dallas basically had no safeties this week that were able to practice. Malik Hooker, KZ, and Mukwamu were all in COVID protocols. They didn't test positive. Mukwamu's actually back now. They were just close in contact. Donovan Wilson left with an injury. So guess who that left playing safety for them all week?
Darian Thompson.
Yep. Motherfucker.
Nice.
Motherfucker.
He is like, to Cowboys fans, what Vince Velasquez is to the Phillies.
Yes.
Fans. He's given life after life. And it's just, you can't get rid of him. Something always happens. He is the meme from The Simpsons where the guy throws him out of the bar and he's sitting on the bar stool in the next scene.
He's a cockroach.
You just cannot get rid of him.
Oh, God. But hopefully those guys are coming back. Like I said, Mukwamu is back. He's actually been having a decent camp. And then that leaves, obviously, Dak Prescott, the big pink elephant in the room. The reports came out the other day, Adam Schefter saying, they don't know if Dak's going to be healthy all season. Blah, 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 blah.
I think that's a little bit of a Adam Schefter hyperbole. He's very good at his job, but he's also good at stirring up the storylines. And
I have this written down, so you'd be proud of me too. I said, I'm not pushing the panic button yet. For once, I'm staying optimistic until I need to press a button. Usually going pessimistic, and I would say, yeah, he's done. Dak's done. This sucks. No, I think he's going to be fine. The only thing, it's not the Schefter thing that worries me. The only thing that worried me a little bit is Dallas opened as a 6.5 point dog to Tampa. It went down to 6. Then it trickled back to 6.5 and 7. But then it went up a full point, and they're now 8-point dogs. I don't know if that's Vegas is worried about Dak, or they're more worried about it. Rust of Dak because he hasn't played all offseason. So I don't know. I think a touchdown 6.5, 7 is probably right. I mean, I could also see this game being like 27-10 Tampa.
I think it's going to be a shootout. I can't wait. First of all, I can't wait to start talking about this and talking about spreads and everything like that. And we're very close to that, but I think it's going to be a shootout with Dak involved.
Yep. And speaking of Dak involved, he was involved today in 7-on-7 drills, had a really nice pass to Blake Jarwin. So I'm just going to take this day by day, week by week with him and see. And then last thing I have is, so Dallas had 11 draft picks this year, and I legitimately think 9 out of the 11 could make the team, with all 11 staying around with practice squad guys as well. Because Parsons, Kelvin Joseph, Odigizua, Wright, Cox, and Bohanna are all going to make the team. So then that leaves, Ball, Golston, who are both hurt, so they could be on the IR. And then Fahoku, Makwamu, and Forak are on the line. So we'll see. But, I mean, if you could have 9 out of the 11 guys you picked actually make your team, that's how you build a team in the salary cap era.
Absolutely. After you've paid your quarterback, you better hit on young talent.
Yep.
Or else you're screwed. So, yeah, if they can get a 9 out of 11 guys, that'd be fantastic.
It would be. All right, sir, we've talked Hard Knocks. We've talked a lot of Cowboys. It's time to shift over to the Philadelphia world champion Eagles.
Alexa, play Trophies by Drake, because the Philadelphia Eagles went undefeated in joint practices. That's right. Put up the banner at Lincoln Financial Field. We did it. The joint practice champions of the world. I am so proud of them. I'm excited for another parade that the Sixers should have delivered and did not. And we got redemption here. I'd like to thank Joe Flacco, kind of. I'd like to thank Jalen Hurts for being the coolest human being alive. I'd like to thank Devonta Smith's knee for functioning again. I would like to thank the defense for apparently being good. Didn't see that coming, but apparently they're good. Joint practice, champions of the universe.
Congratulations. I'm very upset. This hurts my brain. It hurts my soul. It hurts my heart. Joint practices are so important now. More important than preseason games. You could lose the preseason games, but if you win the joint practices,
which is fine. Exactly what we do. So I'm actually not sure if the Eagles are good yet. Like you start to be able to get a read if a team is good or not, and I have no idea. And it's not just because like Elliott Shore-Parks tweets that they won the joint practice. It's that these other reporters for other teams are tweeting that the Eagles are winning and dominating the practices, and then they get out and play the preseason game, and then they lose. So I don't know what to think. I'm in the dark.
Is that like your Nick Sirianni being like, we got to go hard here, and then we don't want to show anything on tape when we get out in the I don't know.
It's either it might be that like they like work hard during the practices, and then like during the games they're like, all right, don't get hurt. Or it's just like that full North Korea thing where they think they've won the World Cup for the past like 80 years. Yep. They just tweet out every single time that they win to the citizens, and they're like, oh, congratulations, we did it again. And meanwhile, like they got their ass kicked by Berlin, or not Berlin. What? Not Germany. Why can't I think of the country with a B?
Belgium.
Belgium. Thank you. They won like 7-0.
Yeah. You like at North Korea actually does that when they're like not even involved. They probably like told their citizens that they won every gold medal in the Olympics.
Oh,
they weren't even there.
Oh my God. Yeah, they won every from archery to swimming. They won every single gold medal.
And they're just having a parade with nukes up there for their gold medals. And there's Kim Jong just sitting there like this.
The same thing with Eagles Twitter. They just told all of us that Jalen Hurts looks fantastic.
Yep.
Devonta Smith is the second coming of Marvin Harrison. The defense is the 85 Bears. And I don't even know what else. That's what we're working with. And we all believe it. And then I watch them on TV and they're bad. So I don't know what to think.
I mean, Jalen Hurts definitely gets the like looks cool award.
He had the other day, he rocked shooting sleeve on opposite arm, which everybody knows is peak football swag.
Yep.
If you pull off shooting sleeve opposite throwing arm, you have peaked. That
With the
is
visor.
with the visor. That is the coolest thing that you can do.
Yep.
I'm a clear visor guy. I think clear visors look the coolest. If you can pull off the dark one, that is fine with me. But I say go clear.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect at all out of this division, to be honest with
Me
you.
neither. I really don't. I do think that it will be better than it was in years past.
I do too.
Or not years past. Really, last year was
year.
a real bad year.
Yeah.
Really bad year. Really, really bad year. But this is my thing. Jalen Hurts, I don't know if I'm sold on him as a thrower, but just look how cool he is as a person with the sleeve and the visor. There's just no way he loses to some schmuck like Daniel Jones. I just can't envision it in my brain where that happens, and that's why I'm sold on this team. It has nothing to do with analytics, football, skill, talent on the roster, receivers being able to catch and get open, cornerbacks being able to hold up, because we actually have two of them now, which is fantastic. And Devontae Maddox moved back to the slot whereas he needs to be. So things are actually making sense on our side.
And speaking of joint practice champions and the schmucks in New York, how about Mac Jones torching the first team defense for the Giants? He went 21 of 23 in their joint practice today.
Oh, Joe Judge, what a shame, man. You couldn't even handle the rookie quarterback. Guess the whole tough thing. Oh, were you guys tired after all your conditioning drills that you couldn't handle Mac Jones?
Oh,
also,
and there was
Cam Newton. Like, bud, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, dude. You think he was set up by Bill Belichick and the Patriots because they want Mac to start, and now this is a way to get him the first team reps, and then
that'd be dark,
right? They're like, nope, because they knew where he was going. They knew he was gonna
That's dark.
Mm-hmm. And that obviously just shows that Cam is not vaccinated, because I love how they're like, all these players are like, I don't want to talk about it. It's HIPAA. You can't know. But then all that has to happen is a situation like this, and now we know.
You have to wear a mask, and the vaccinated people don't. You cannot answer the question. That's fine, but we know. We can tell. And then, like Cole Beasley had to go.
Yeah.
Well, we knew for him because, oh my God. Please delete your Twitter account. You are causing yourself a PR nightmare.
I'm so happy he's not on the Cowboys.
I know. He's something. Oh, man. He had a rough summer. But anyway, like anytime someone gets COVID, you automatically have to go on the list just because you're not vaccinated. So we'll know if you're not vaccinated. You don't have to answer the question. We're going to know.
Oh, God. It's so easy for us to know.
Yeah. It's so
also completely different, but this is how my brain's working tonight. You mentioned Joe Flacco. Okay.
He stinks.
Yeah. Oh, Lindsay, stop listening.
She's fantastic. I love having her on. We'll have her on again at some point this year, especially if he starts.
Yep.
He stinks.
He's just old. But I was listening to the Pat McAfee show today, and they had Brady Quinn on. I did not know this story, and let's see if you know this. So he was drafted by the Browns. He was talking to the Ravens all draft day, and he was on the phone with them at 22, and they were picking 23. They're like, we're picking you here. You're coming to Baltimore. This is before they had Flacco. And then the Browns traded up to 22 to pick him. Like, imagine how different his career could have been with that defense and that organization. And then the next year they picked Joe Flacco, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl. But you imagine, like, yes, I'm going to Baltimore. Like, that's a great place to go. It's a great organization. And then it's just like, oop, here are the Browns. Back then, the Browns.
Yeah. You go from from Baltimore, who had already won a Super Bowl during that century, and then you go to Cleveland. And then your career is over.
Done. Good night. But we digress. The Eagles are champions of the practice world.
Champions of the practice world. Like a serious note, Devonta Smith as a route runner, just flawless.
He is.
Some of these routes he runs, it's to a T. There's no wasted movement at all.
Nope.
I know we made fun of like the linear strider thing, it just makes sense. Every single motion has an emphasis to it. And he gets in and out of breaks so quickly. And he's just making defenders look foolish. I am loving it. I am loving watching him play.
I like watching it too because he has no wasted movement, no wasted energy, no wasted momentum. Like everything that he does has a purpose.
Yes.
Even like his pinky.
He's like, yes. Good hands too. I saw him make a catch today where the defender was there, didn't create that much separation, still made the catch. Like we've been waiting on that. And I was listening to a fantasy football podcast, and they're like, it's like a classic Greek tragedy situation where the Eagles have been looking for a dynamic wide receiver since like freaking T.O.
Yeah.
And then they finally draft one. And then they don't know if they have a quarterback who can actually get him the ball. Like we've been waiting all this time to be able to throw it to a receiver. Now we have the receiver. Now we don't have the quarterback to get it to him.
And you have the quarterback that you could go get to get him, but then he decides to have 27 allegations against him.
I cannot watch the movie Couples Retreat without thinking of Deshaun Watson. With that scene when he gets the massage. It literally is like to a T what Deshaun Watson was doing.
He's like, now we're in the maze together. You have to help me. How are we going to get the cheese?
He's going.
You did this. You did this.
A lot of tension in my upper groin. You can honestly focus the entire hour session on the upper groin.
She's like, were you trying to get a manual stimulation from me? He's like, my wife is in the other room.
My wife is in the other room.
And then she's doing the same thing. And he's like, Xavier, my husband. She's like, your husband? He's like, my husband.
Your husband? Yeah, she says it again. She goes, your husband?
So good.
Oh, very underrated movie. But yeah, now I just think of Deshaun Watson all the time.
But yeah, you can't even go get him.
True. I know. I know.
And that ammunition that you guys are getting is looking like it's coming closer and closer with these videos the Colts are putting out of your boy Carson.
He's back. He's back.
Like all the way back.
I'm very excited. Yeah, he like practices. They said 5 to 12 weeks. If my timing is adequate in my brain, which who knows, he is like at 3 weeks.
Not even. I don't think.
Yeah, probably less than that. 2.5.
Well, and I think they said he had to be fully no weight bearing for 2 weeks. They said to start.
And he was walking around no limp last week. Like he was out on the practice. He wasn't practicing, but he was like walking around no boot, nothing last week.
They like shaved bone.
Is Quentin Nelson the same way? Like, is he back?
I think he was walking around too. I don't know if he's all the way back, but the same doctor did both surgeries, and this may just be like the greatest doctor in the world.
I guess he is a Western doctor magic man. I do not know what he did.
He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Yeah. Wow. I would not let any Philadelphia Eagles doctors near them. If the timetable was 5 to 12, it was going to be 12.
2 years.
Eagles. Yeah. If an Eagles doctor did it.
He'll be back in 2024.
Yep.
So you got any more Philadelphia Eagles talk?
No, I don't. I was thinking about this today. I don't know if Miles Sanders is good. I want him to be, but apparently he keeps dropping the ball, which is a continued problem. I watched a video, and I think my brain has just blocked out some of the stuff that happened last year. Somebody, for some reason, posted the video of the Eagles-Ravens game last year, and just what a disaster it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember it, but it was 3rd and 12, deep bomb to John Hightower. He's wide open, drops it. Miles Sanders dropped a wide open touchdown. They come all the way back. They run the dumbest possible 2-point conversion play, lose the game. It was just, and there were more plays in it. Oh, it was the Jamon Brown game where he started at guard and he was fixing his gloves mid-play.
Yep.
It was a disaster. And I think my brain has just blocked that stuff out. So that was just making me think, is Miles Sanders actually good?
There's so many questions. There really is about this whole division. I mean,
it'll make it fun. Like it will be in it. Like I think we'll all be in it because of that. But yeah. Should be a good time.
Should be fun. I'm interested to see, can this Washington defense play up to the hype of that they're the Bears now? Like, Are the Giants going to be better than we think, or
No.
is the Cowboys defense going to be better than anybody thinks? I think yes. They're going to be better than they were last year, especially with these linebackers. If they're, Keanu Neal
There's nowhere to go but
No,
up. They can't
exactly.
be worse.
Exactly. So it's going to be a fun division. Speaking of fun, it's always fun when a player with an actual name gets traded. Doesn't really happen that much, especially right before the season. So the Patriots trading Sony Michel to the Rams for late conditional picks, by the way. What a get for the Rams after losing Cam Akers and then Henderson goes down. I mean, I feel like if there's an offense that he can go to and thrive, it's the Rams.
Fantastic acquisition, and like you said, late conditional picks. I think it could get as high as a 4th round pick. So it's not like they tossed them away. Obviously, the Patriots, they seem to have a few different running backs they can go to. Chief being Damian Harris, so they were fine cutting ties with Sony Michel, who was probably underrated for them. I think as a fantasy running back, he kind of pissed some people off just because
Well, he's a Patriot.
I was going to say they bring in Rex Burkhead at the goal line, and instead of him getting a touchdown, he'd have 14 carries for 82 yards, which was fantastic for the Patriots and just infuriating as a fantasy player. But what a get for the Rams. Like you said, they lose Cam Akers. Darrell Henderson gets hurt. It didn't seem like they were confident in him handling the whole workload there.
Yep.
So that's a great get by them.
Now, he was a 1st round pick, correct?
Sony Michel?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
And is he going into his 4th year or 3rd year?
It's got to at least be 4th. It's got to be 4th or 5th, right?
So the Rams will now have the 5th year option on him as well.
Maybe they don't. Maybe this is the 5th year. I guess we could look this up. Let me look this up. But I was watching. He was in the Super Bowl in 2018. So then there was the Chiefs winning after that.
19.
So that's 1. 19. The Chiefs won. The Bucks won. That's 3. So this would at least be the 4th year.
4th. I think it's his 4th.
Was he a rookie that when they won the championship?
I believe so.
Rams? I think he's in his 5th year.
Let's see.
Let me look it up. But I think it's 5. Let's see.
So
no, I think you're right.
Yeah, because I don't remember the Patriots ever picking up a 5th year option on him.
No, yeah, and I doubt they would do it for a running back, which is probably why they traded him. So yeah, you're right. Wow, he was a rookie.
Yeah,
remember that game against Kansas City in the AFC
He was
Championship?
really good his rookie year.
I know. Wow,
really good.
Very good.
Very, very
Georgia, have they produced the most talent that hasn't won a national championship?
I think so. Yes. Kirby Smart, baby.
Justin Fields.
Oh, that's such a bitch move to leave.
He
from
left twice.
Georgia. Yeah, I know.
He committed to Penn State.
Yeah.
Decommitted. Committed to Georgia. Went there for a year. Transferred to Ohio State. And apparently he was supposed to go somewhere else. I forget. He is putting what's Tate Martell. I know they ran into each other on the collision course, but they were both, going everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They're like Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world, baby?
Where in the world is Justin Fields?
I'm trying to think if there's anything before we get to our TikTok. So we talked about Gardner Minshew. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence has been named the starter in Jacksonville. We kind of knew that was coming. People are already freaking out about, is Urban Meyer going to suck now as a coach because they're not good in the preseason? They should have just kept Tim Tebow. Just because the storylines would have been more about Tim Tebow still than
the actual team.
Yes.
But this is my thing with the Urban Meyer rumors. Did you guys expect the Jaguars to be good? Because I didn't really expect that much out of Jacksonville this year. I love Trevor Lawrence, one of the all-time great college players. They were very bad. There was a reason they were the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect this to be a full turnaround in year 1.
That's the thing that people forget. They just a college coach coming to the NFL. He's never coached in the NFL before. Going to the worst team in the NFL. You need some time.
Yeah, that is a multi-year rebuild.
God.
Even though the Jaguars are in a perennial multi-year rebuild.
Yes.
But this time, for sure. Like, you should be on the same trajectory as the Browns with Baker Mayfield. Like, in year 3, you should actually be competing.
Yes. Yeah. But that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of year 3 and games and Trevor Lawrence starting in week 1, it's time for our TikTok. Another phenomenal topic brought to you by Aidan for our TikTok tonight. So if you would like to divulge a little bit.
Yes, I would. So the NFL season is quickly approaching, but college football season is approaching even quicker. If you are a college football fan like Kevin and I are, you know the schedule appearing here in week 1, and we have it up here on the board for you, is nothing short of insanity.
Spectacular.
It is jam-packed full of action. Just look at some of these games on here. Georgia at Clemson. Sunday night will be Notre Dame at Florida State. LSU at UCLA. A Big Ten matchup right off the bat in Penn State and Wisconsin, and 2 ranked teams. Alabama going against the U. Is the U back? Louisville against Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, among others. Indiana and Iowa. That'll be a ranked matchup.
Yep.
Let's see what else we got here. North Carolina and Virginia Tech.
I love that game.
So I was about to say, Sam Howell, you're probably watching the number 1 overall pick if you watch that game.
Mm-hmm.
So some fantastic games on the slate for week 1 of the college football season. But we're an NFL podcast. So what we want to do is the top 5 games we were looking most forward to in week 1 of the NFL season.
And this will be a Vinceless TikTok, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I don't know what he would have had in mind. He probably would have came up with like week 2 games.
Yep.
Or like week 1 from 2017 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Games that are going to be on ESPN Classic that Sunday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to go 5 games, 5 down to 1. Make sure you do follow us on TikTok, Birds vs. Boys. Follow us, hit that like button, comment, all those things. So,
but comment nice things.
Yes. Otherwise, Vince will come at you.
Vince has. I've been doing some. I got controls now.
Oh,
baby. Oh, hell yeah. Phillies just tied it up. We're back. We're so back. I'm amped up. I heard that song, the talking song, Take a Walk song.
Uh-huh.
Phillies have it tied. This is going to be a fantastic TikTok. We're fired up now. Let's go.
How about your New York Yankees just sweeping the Braves, too?
Ooh, I am. Did they play today?
No, it was only a 2-game series.
Oh, it was only 2? Oh, well, regardless. My Yankees, what a showing in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking it to the Braves. Come back last night. They were fantastic. Just Empire state of mind, man. The Yankees were making it to the playoffs. Yankee Stadium, I always say, what a classic stadium. I'm so glad I got to go earlier this summer. Big Yankees guy. Huge series win for us.
11 in a row, baby.
Wow, I did not know that.
And what's more impressive? Speaking of baseball, the Yankees have won 11 in a row, and the Orioles have lost 19 in a row.
The Phillies play the Orioles and the Pirates to end the season.
If they don't sweep,
I think we all know what is going to happen.
Yes,
and I don't know why I'm I mentally know what probably is going to happen.
Yep. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible for you.
Oh, God.
Okay. Let's do this. So number 5 for you.
Let's do it. Top 5 NFL games week 1 we're most looking forward to. At 5, I have Jaguars versus Texans. Probably saying, whoa, how did this game get in here? But despite the fact that the season is 17 games long now, this game will have huge implications on who sucks the most and gets the number 1 overall pick next year.
And you just want to see how Trevor Lawrence plays.
I want to see Trevor Lawrence, and Deshaun Watson will probably be not there.
Uh-huh. All right, 5 for me. It's Packers Saints. I want to see how Aaron Rodgers plays after this whole crazy offseason that he had. See if he can get this team right back to where they were in the NFC Championship game last year. And I've got to see what the Saints are without Drew Brees, right? Jameis Winston's going to win this starting job. He's going to play. Is he going to play great? Is this defense going to ball out like they can? I think it's going to be a phenomenal game. So Packers Saints 5 for me.
Nice. All right. At 4, I have Steelers and Bills. This is the Sunday night matchup. I think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders. Orchard Park, Sunday Night Football, prime time. I'm very much looking forward to Bills fans having this moment, but also I think the Steelers are going to be a good team. I think they're underrated.
4 for me, Chargers, Washington football team. I can't wait to watch Justin Herbert play this year. I think he's a under-the-radar MVP candidate. The Chargers are going to shock the world. They're going to make the playoffs. I mean, if Eckler can stay healthy, if Derwin James can stay healthy, they're going to be a great team. And like we've been saying earlier in the podcast, what is the Washington football team? Are they going to be able to ball out on the defensive side? And how, come on, Ryan Fitzmagic, it's always a show when he's playing.
It's true. All right. At 3, I have Ravens versus Raiders. This is one of the Monday Night Football games. It is the true debut with fans of Allegiant Stadium. So that will be an absolute spectacle. Also, they're playing a pretty damn good team in the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So that should be a good matchup.
And all vaccinated fans.
Oh, I forgot that they did that. I'm surprised not everyone's done that.
I know. It is.
Now that I work in insurance, I realize everything's liability driven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Including the milk crate challenge. So number 3 for me, Seahawks Colts. We were talking about Carson Wentz. Got to see how he plays in his new uniform. I think this Colts team is loaded, and it's always a show when you're watching Russell Wilson play in DK Metcalf. So I think that's going to be another phenomenal game in week 1.
At 2, I've got Seahawks versus Colts. This might be a little bit high, but it is a matchup of 2 playoff teams from a year ago. I obviously care a lot because the Colts making the playoffs helps my case. And like you said, Russell Wilson, is this the year he finally wins the MVP? We'll see. That's a big tone-setting game in week 1 for both of those teams.
Let Russ cook, baby.
Let Russ cook.
2 for me, Chiefs Browns. I can't wait to watch to see how the Chiefs bounce back after that crushing Super Bowl blow. I think they're going to be just fine, high flying. And are the Browns, or are the Browns this big Super Bowl contender that everybody says they're going to be with how good the defense is? And is Baker Mayfield going to take that next step with a healthy OBJ and Landry and Chubb and all those weapons they have? I think it's going to be a A1 game.
At 1, I have Browns versus Chiefs. I really think so. I think the Chiefs win this game and win it handily. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think Cleveland is going to be good this year. Browns is the Browns, just doesn't hold water as a saying anymore. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a good team. AFC Championship preview, possibly. Who knows? But I do think the Chiefs win, but it still should be a great game. And it'll be that game where it's Tony Romo, it's Jim Nantz, it's Tracy Wolfson. You'll watch that game and be like, all right, football's back. Yep. This is the moment.
Oh, can't wait. God. All right, 1 for me. I mean, it can't be any other game than Dallas Cowboys, Tampa Bay Bucks, Thursday night, opening the season. Your Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Bucks, and your soon-to-be Super Bowl champion, Dallas Cowboys, clashing in Tampa. The GOAT is there. Dak is there. Cowboys are back. I think it's just going to be a high-flying game, like you said. I think Tampa actually wins the game, beats the Cowboys. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Homer Cowboys fans. I'm a logical, realistic fan, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a spectacle. What else can you ask? Opening the season on Thursday night with those 2 teams.
I think those are pretty solid lists. I mean, the college football list is pretty solid, but this when I was doing the research for this, I was like, wow, there actually is a lot of good games.
Look how we flow without Vince and those TikToks. It's just
I know with his shenanigans and the freaking golden receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I saw this TikTok. I want to send it to you guys. It was just like a dad going off on his son because he got crossed up by Air Bud. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Golden receiver was just an all-time moment in the TikToks here.
It is.
Anything else for you tonight? I've had a wonderful hour with you.
Me too.
I would like to thank whoever sang Passion Pit. Thank you for that. Please text me or comment if you listen to that song tomorrow because you'll have a great day.
I'm glad we went over an hour just because Vince is drunk and he's in North Carolina and he has to edit this now tonight. So enjoy that, Vince. Shout out to you. Thank you for listening. And thank you to our sponsor, Stateside Vodka, as always. You can't find us at branded_sports because it doesn't exist right now, but we will tweet it from Birds vs. Boys. KMS22, Aidan's around. We'll get it out there. Make sure you listen, subscribe, watch, do all those things. It's fun. Football's almost here, okay? Pulling us right back in. Fall's almost here. It's be the cool weather. It's actually probably going to be 85 degrees until November, but football's back, so it doesn't matter, okay? Enjoy the week. Enjoy the preseason games this weekend. Stay safe from the Delta variant, please. And hey, it's football. It's almost here. That's it. You got nothing?
No, I'm done.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds vs. Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things.
I got 2 phones.
Upset alert. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach.
That
Be
it?
the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.